Hey you guys, and welcome back to Liberty Loft Lessons. This will be episode number 30. The song I'm going to be teaching you today is the song from the intro, and that's called Neon Lights by Dope Lemon. This is another requested song. Big shout out to Bailey Bluck for requesting this. I've actually had this song tapped out for quite a long time, so I was really excited when Bailey requested it. I'm going to break the song down into 4 parts. I'm going to show you guys the intro first. The second part is going to be like the little variation. I think it's played 3 or 4 times throughout the track. Then I'm going to move on and show you guys the bridge. And then there's a unique part after the bridge that he'll play before he goes back into the intro. It is a finger picking song, so bear with me on this one. I will have the tabs up there, so hopefully you guys can follow along a lot easier that way. If you guys have any questions, by all means put them down in the comments. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the lesson. Alright, so let's go ahead and learn that intro, right? And it's going to look like this. Alright, so something that's really cool about this song is we're only going to be using the B and D strings. So I'm going to start with my ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string and my index finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And I'll pluck them together. And I'm going to go back and forth starting with the B string 5 times. And then after the 5th time, I'm going to pluck both of them together and slide up to 7 and 9. That's the picking pattern down there. So from here, we're going to go to middle finger, 7th fret of the D string, and ring finger, 7th fret of the B string, and we'll pluck those. And from here slowly we'll go Alright, so you saw there's a little hammer on there. And you might have noticed when I played the intro, I like to kind of slide back to end it. I think it sounds pretty cool. And then you can just go back into that shape right there. So one more time really slowly. Cool, so that's that part. Alright, so there's a little variation in there, right? And that's the part where it sounds like this. Right, and for that one, we're gonna come up here to same strings. It's gonna be B and D strings. We're gonna be 12 and 12. So pluck them, and we'll go same pattern we did up top, and we'll pluck them again and slide down to 7 and 7, and we'll go. And then from there, we just play the same thing we did before. So it's just right? So that's going to be the second part there. Now the final part I want to show you guys, we're going to start 12 and 12 again up here, and this is kind of funky. So it's going to sound like this. Alright, so that's kind of like the little bridge. Start 12 and 12, and we'll go. Except this time I'm going to slide up to 15 and 16 on the B and D strings. So how's that for technique? And then come back here, 10th fret B, 12th fret D. Slide up to 14 and 16, and then we'll just repeat that. So. Alright, so then there's a little wrinkle after the bridge. So one in the bridge, right? Cool, so that's how it's played after the bridge, and then we're just back into the... Alright, so one other thing I left out I want to show you guys is right after the last verse, he'll play the intro again, but he'll play the end of it just a little bit differently. So it'll sound like this. Right, so instead of going it'll be and we're back into the verse, regular one. So I hope that made sense. I just want to throw that one in there real quick because it really bothered me that I didn't put it in there. Also, if you're still watching, thank you so much. I love you guys. Alright, so that does it for that lesson, guys. I really hope it was clear. I want to thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and watching all the way to the end of the video. Until next time, Charlie here, Liberty Loft Lessons, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Just keep...